Welcome to Palace Insider. Today's royal storm is shaking the crown itself. The bloodline files just exploded. Prince William has frozen Archie's royal status after rejecting Prince Harry's DNA proof. The message from Buckingham Palace dropped at 7 a.m. on February 12, 2026, sent shockwaves across the world. The palace statement, cold yet razor-sharp, confirmed that William officially refused to validate the private DNA report Harry submitted. That report was meant to prove little Archie Harrison Mountbatten Windsor is biologically Harry's son and eligible to return to the royal household register. But this wasn't simple brotherly doubt. This was a full-on royal blockade. William declared that no child, even one claiming royal descent, would be recognized without a second DNA test done under crown control. He's demanding forensic-level proof, not just from any lab, but from the monarchy's own secret intelligence unit. The palace is now split right down the middle. It all began when Harry's legal team quietly delivered a 72-page file to Clarence House last week. Inside, a California DNA test confirming Harry's paternity and a sworn affidavit from Meghan Markle detailing her 2018 to 2019 pregnancy. The tension? Unbelievable! The evidence Harry's team submitted was intense. Ultrasound scans from a Beverly Hills OBGYN, Archie's birth certificate, and even a notarized statement from a Portland hospital staff member. Their goal? To officially restore Archie and Lilibet as recognized royals after years in exile, paving the way for their full return to the royal fold. Harry's made it clear he wants back in the UK, especially now that he's separated from Meghan. But Prince William's response? Ice cold and surgical. Insiders say he instantly reactivated the long-dormant Sovereign Succession Security Council, a secret royal board made up of lawyers, intelligence officers, and record keepers who investigate any bloodline disputes. Within hours, William's office slammed down a royal freeze on Archie's re-entry, claiming major inconsistencies. The palace later leaked a 6-point internal memo, now dubbed the Bloodline Files. And what's inside is jaw-dropping. Investigators pointed to shocking photo inconsistencies from Meghan's pregnancy, showing drastically different belly sizes on the same date. Royal forensic analysts confirmed the timestamps and ruled out camera angles or clothing tricks. The whispers of a possible moon bump are echoing through palace halls again. Here's where things get even messier. Unlike the official royal births of William and Catherine's children, Meghan's delivery has zero confirmation from the royal obstetricians, no signatures from Sir Marcus Sell or Dr. Georg Beeson. Even stranger, no hospital discharge papers were ever logged in the royal archives. Then comes the twist. Archie's birth certificate was quietly amended nearly a month later, swapping Rachel Meghan Markle for Her Royal Highness, the Duchess of Sussex. Meghan's team insists the palace ordered it, but William called the move unprecedented and suspicious, pointing out that Catherine's name was never altered on any of her children's documents. And that first photo of baby Archie at Windsor Castle? Experts say it looked too perfect. Lighting analysts confirmed it used studio-grade equipment, and palace insiders described it as more vogue than reality. The event itself was locked off from press photographers back in May 2019, raising even more eyebrows. But the biggest bombshell came from financial investigators. A $500,000 payment traced from a company called Owell LLC to a fertility clinic near the Mexican border, known for elite-level surrogacy and airtight secrecy. This happened just 5 days before Meghan's official birth announcement. Even more shocking, MI6-linked cryptologists uncovered encrypted notes hinting at a non-disclosure agreement between the clinic and a mysterious third party. The palace hasn't said a word. Those encrypted notes were flagged as evidence of a hidden gestational deal. And that's when the palace panic really began. William, usually calm but unshakably strict, reportedly told aides, "This isn't a rejection of my brother. It's a firewall to protect the monarchy's integrity." Still, behind closed doors, tension is boiling. A senior source close to the Privy Council says William has officially frozen Harry's children from re-entering the royal registry until a Crown-certified DNA audit is completed in the UK. But Harry's firing back, accusing his brother of weaponizing royal bureaucracy, just to stall what he swears is a rightful claim. Meghan's been silent so far, yet her lawyers are hinting they'll invoke international human rights law if the palace keeps blocking her children's recognition. The legal storm brewing could blow the lid off everything. Now insiders fear this feud could spark a massive public review of the Sussexes' 2020 royal exit, from money trails and private contracts to internal memos that never saw daylight. With William rejecting Harry's DNA proof, all eyes are turning west, to a California lab, an Oregon lawyer, and a mysteriously deleted email that might tear this royal claim apart. The DNA drama traces straight to Horizontal Gene Diagnostics, a boutique genetics firm tucked away in Santa Barbara, just minutes from Harry and Meghan's Montecito mansion. Harry's legal team swears that in mid-January 2026, a DNA test done there proved with 99.999% certainty that Harry is Archie's biological father. But William's side isn't buying it, not for a second. Palace insiders point out that the DNA samples were delivered by Meghan's former chief of staff, not through any secure or verified chain of custody. Even worse, Horizon Gene isn't accredited by the UK's Royal College of Pathologists or recognized under the ISO forensic standards for legal testing. That instantly raised red flags for the Sovereign Succession Security Council, which blasted the process as engineered for a result, not a truth. Oversight came from Oregon-based attorney Douglas Hall, known for handling complex international family cases. He not only arranged the test, but also filed a petition to the UK Privy Council asking to restore royal protections for Archie and Lilibet based on those results. But now Hall himself is in hot water. A leaked internal email from January 22, 2026, obtained by The Times, had a chilling subject line: "We need optics, not science." The message allegedly instructed staff to find a partner lab willing to certify pre-analysis validity if Horizon Gene couldn't rush the results by the 26th. The revelation has thrown Harry's entire case into chaos. We need optics, not science. The palace will only see the paperwork. That chilling line, reportedly from attorney Douglas Hall's leaked email, has rocked the royal case. He hasn't denied writing it, only claiming it was taken out of context during legal prep. But the damage is done, and the palace isn't buying the excuse. William's office just dropped a new timeline that makes everything look even shadier. According to courier logs and banking records, Harry's DNA sample was flown from Los Angeles to London on January 24th. Yet a second identical sample was also sent to a lab in Zurich. That lab never received payment, meaning the analysis was never done. Investigators say it looks like the Sussex team had a backup plan ready, expecting pushback from UK authorities. Even worse, internal Zurich data marked the sample practice use only, with no official chain of custody in place. A senior Home Office source reportedly said, "This doesn't read like a paternity confirmation. It reads like the finale of a Netflix thriller." And they're not wrong. A Hollywood-adjacent lab, a foreign legal team, a perfectly timed media rollout by pro-Sussex outlets, all happening while the palace stayed silent. But that silence? It's cracking now, and the fallout's about to hit the crown hard. If Horizon Gene cast the first shadow, then MI6 slammed the blackout curtain shut. As the palace digs deeper into Prince Harry's contested DNA proof, the bloodline files have taken a darker, more explosive twist. Sources close to the Sovereign Succession Security Council confirm that a top-secret MI6 report, codenamed File Sigma, has just been reactivated. The subject line? Disruption of lineal continuity. Sussex asset irregularities, 2019 to 2023. And at the heart of this bombshell, a mysterious payment, a clinic, and a question that could shake the monarchy's idea of legitimacy. On May 1st, 2019, just 5 days before Archie's birth was publicly announced, a wire transfer of $499,900 was sent from Archwell LLC to a discreet reproductive medical center near Tijuana, Mexico. The clinic, whose name remains blacked out, is known for ultra-private surrogacy services catering to elite international clients who demand airtight non-disclosure deals. According to the newly unsealed MI6 audit, the money trail wasn't uncovered by reporters, but by ex-intelligence crypto analysts now working inside the palace's secret custodian unit. Their findings show the funds were funneled from an Archwell-linked secondary account, routed through 2 shell companies in Delaware and the Cayman Islands, before landing in a numbered Mexican account tied to Forza Biomed SA. The discovery has royal investigators on high alert. This isn't just paperwork anymore, it's a full-blown covert scandal. So, what set off the palace alarms? This wasn't a prenatal checkup, revealed a source inside the custodian unit. This was a full gestational contract, and it happened just 5 days before Archie's birth was announced. That shocking detail reignited the long-debated moon bump theory, the viral claim from 2019 suggesting Meghan Markle used a prosthetic belly during her pregnancy. Back then, mainstream media dismissed it as cruel and baseless. But behind palace walls, visual forensics never stopped. Now, MI6 analysts are revisiting archived images, and their latest findings are jaw-dropping. 3 photos of Meghan from March 5, 2019 show her at 2 different London events, one at King's College, another at a charity roundtable. In the first, her baby bump looks full, low, and firm. But just hours later, her midsection appears smaller, higher, and oddly creased beneath her coat. Wrinkles that experts say resemble synthetic material folding. A private 3D depth mapping reconstruction, commissioned by the palace, concluded that no organic pregnancy could shift in mass and shape within 6 hours. To make it worse, a former royal staffer, speaking anonymously, dropped another bomb. The maternity suite at Frogmore Cottage was spotless. No delivery setup, no postnatal gear, not even a breast pump. The palace can't ignore these findings anymore. It felt staged. That quiet remark from a palace insider says it all. These bombshell revelations have sparked urgent late-night meetings between Prince William, Princess Anne, and the King's constitutional advisors. By royal law, any child claiming a place in the royal household register must have an unbroken, verified bloodline, confirmed by royal doctors and authenticated through official palace documentation. Right now, none of that applies to Archie or Lilibet, at least not with full palace approval. And the stakes, much bigger than family drama. As royal historian Dr. Miles Grayson explained, this isn't about parenting. It's about preserving the monarchy's legal and symbolic structure. A single break in the bloodline could undo centuries of royal legitimacy. Late last night, Harry's legal team fired back with a bold public statement. Prince William is weaponizing doubt to delay justice for his niece and nephew. This is not a monarchy of paternity tests. This is a family. Archie and Lilibet are ours, and they are Windsors. But William's allies are calling it emotional spin. One source close to Queen Camilla allegedly said, "Harry wants royal privileges without royal proof. We don't run on feelings, we run on facts." Then, at 8:47 p.m. on February 11, 2026, a velvet-bound dossier labeled Lineage 1, Urgent, was hand-delivered from Buckingham Palace to the office of the Royal Register. The royal record books are about to be rewritten. Inside that velvet file sat a formal directive signed by Prince William himself, acting under the authority of the Crown Succession Security Council. And it's nothing short of historic. The order demands an emergency lockdown of the royal household register, immediately halting any changes, additions, or validations tied to Archie and Lilibet's royal status. The document calls for a full-spectrum bloodline review before anything can move forward. In plain terms, the children are now trapped in royal limbo, their place in the monarchy suspended indefinitely. This isn't just a family feud anymore. It's a full-scale constitutional custody battle, one that could expose hidden royal procedures and reopen painful secrets the palace buried generations ago. For over a century since Queen Victoria's reign, the Royal Household Register has served as a sealed ledger, a sacred record of bloodline legitimacy. Never in modern times has an entry been frozen after submission. Until now. Insiders reveal that Prince William invoked Clause 6 of the Sovereign Child Declaration Act, a dusty yet still binding rule from 1837. The clause gives the heir to the throne power to suspend royal lineage claims whenever there's ambiguity, disruption, or forensic dispute. The move has shaken the monarchy to its core, and the crown's silence is only making the world's curiosity louder. It's the nuclear button of lineage control, explained former royal archivist Edward Lonsdale, and it hasn't been pressed in over a century. By invoking it, Prince William effectively froze every royal privilege tied to Archie and Lilibet. Titles, inheritance, and ceremonial rights all locked in suspension, no matter what Harry's DNA papers claim. This move wasn't just symbolic, it was operational. Palace insiders confirm that Archie and Lilibet's digital profiles were manually removed from the active royal registry, and the IT division flagged any future updates for internal review only. It's a digital erasure that signals William's total control over royal legitimacy. But now, another figure has quietly stepped back into the picture: King Charles III himself. According to high-level palace insiders, a sealed private memo written by Charles in December 2025, just weeks before his major health evaluation, has been unsealed at William's request. The contents remain classified, but sources confirm the memo's verified subject line: Sussex children and the threshold of trust. What's known is that Charles drafted it after a secret briefing from Princess Anne, detailing inconsistencies in Archie's birth timeline. The document reportedly outlines recommended actions if further forensic irregularities surface, meaning this royal storm might just be entering its most dangerous phase yet. Palace insiders hint that King Charles's secret memo may have contained something shocking: preliminary royal consent to deny hereditary recognition to any child not born under verified, observable conditions. One aide familiar with the document said, "Charles was torn. As a grandfather, he felt love, but as a sovereign, he felt duty. In the end, he deferred to William's judgment." Then came Meghan's counterstrike. On February 12th at 8 a.m., her legal team filed a preemptive motion in the UK High Court, accusing Prince William and the Privy Council of staging a custodial coup disguised as a lineage inquiry. The filing argues that Archie and Lilibet, as dual UK-US citizens, are protected under international family law, and that the Royal Household Register isn't a civil authority, meaning it has no legal right to define their identity or legitimacy. Meghan's lawyers claim the palace's actions amount to institutional erasure, stripping the children of recognition purely through royal decree. The court documents even included photos from Archie's birthday in Montecito, plus a sworn letter from Tyler Perry, declaring that Meghan carried, delivered, and raised both children like any mother would, despite relentless public abuse. The palace, so far, has remained utterly silent, but that silence is starting to sound like strategy. The palace's silence isn't weakness, it's strategy. The royal divide is now undeniable. Princess Anne fully backs William's hardline approach, demanding an independent royal medical tribunal, while Prince Edward quietly admits the monarchy can't risk being blindsided again. Queen Camilla, though silent in public, was overheard saying, "The crown must stand taller than its scandal." Meanwhile, Harry is furious. Sources say a recent call between the brothers was short, sharp, and ice cold. With trust shattered, the fight has outgrown DNA reports. It's now about the moral foundation of the throne itself. William's latest move? The launch of the Royal Commission for Lineal Ethics and Continuity, RCLEC, now officially active as of February 12, 2026. He's also ordered the College of Arms to halt all ceremonial use of royal titles for Archie and Lilibet. Until the lineage is verified, no one inside the palace may refer to them as prince or princess. The royal freeze is total. The official statement was blunt. The styling of prince or princess shall be withheld as a matter of institutional integrity. Insiders say the choice weighed heavily on William, but palace officials deemed it necessary under global scrutiny, especially with growing doubts about the children's biological lineage and potential succession claims. Yet the real flashpoint isn't just the titles, it's Princess Diana's estate. Her 1996 will specify that her fortune, valued at over £22 million, be divided equally between her sons and their legitimate descendants. Now that Archie and Lilibet's legitimacy is on hold, their access to the Diana Trust is under review. Multiple sources confirm William has quietly consulted trustees about placing the Sussex children's share in escrow until the Royal Commission's verdict is final, a move that could freeze their inheritance entirely. Behind closed doors, Harry is said to be devastated. "This is a betrayal, not just of me, but of Mom," he told a friend. Diana would never let paranoia about bloodlines outweigh her love for her grandkids. She believed in hearts, not birth certificates. Still, palace advisors insist that it's Diana's legacy itself that demands this investigation stay uncompromised. "This isn't sentiment," declared Lord Pembroke, a legal advisor to the Sovereign Council. "It's fiduciary responsibility. Until legitimacy is proven, trustees must act with caution." Established under Royal Charter in 1975, the Royal Commission for Lineal Ethics and Continuity, RCLEC, has long existed in secrecy. But now, for the first time in modern history, it's fully convened and operating in public view. The 7-member panel includes 2 senior lords from the Ethics Committee, a retired Privy Council judge, the Royal Archivist General, an Oxford constitutional historian, the Archbishop of Canterbury's legal envoy, and 1 unnamed former intelligence officer. Their mission: to decide if Archie and Lilibet meet the minimum legal, moral, and ceremonial standards to retain or reclaim their royal standing. This goes far beyond DNA, explained royal historian Fiona Travers. It's about trust, heritage, and how the monarchy survives in an age where anything can be faked. Insiders say the RCLEC has already requested every version of Archie and Lilibet's birth certificates, Meghan's travel logs from the year before both births, surveillance data from Frogmore Cottage, and redacted Archewell financial records. If the commission concludes the births fail to meet royal succession standards, the resulting fallout won't just shake the palace, it could rewrite royal history itself. If the RCLEC rules against them, Archie and Lilibet will be permanently removed from the royal register, all title claims erased, even honorary ones. They'd be excluded from state events, jubilees, and official ceremonies, with potential inheritance rights from Princess Diana's trust frozen or redirected. Even Prince Harry could lose his HRH status, as some commissioners suspect he may have misrepresented lineage to protect royal privileges. The monarchy has survived scandal, exile, even abdication, said historian Fiona Travers. But a falsified bloodline could ignite a reckoning like nothing before. Public opinion is sharply split. A February 12th poll shows 62% of Britons support the review, 47% agree titles should stay suspended, while 41% sympathize with Harry, calling William's stance bureaucratic cruelty. Online, the battle rages through trending hashtags. Hashtag Archie Truth Files, hashtag Diana would have loved them, and hashtag Crown or Chaos, fueling global tension as the clock ticks toward Judgment Day. Inside Buckingham Palace, the Royal Commission for Lineal Ethics and Continuity has entered final deliberations. As of February 13, 2026, only 3 senior officials have access to the completed report, a document that will decide one haunting question. Do Archie and Lilibet truly belong to the House of Windsor? The final decision now rests with Prince William, Princess Anne, and the Lord Chancellor. Though the RCLEC's ruling remains sealed, emotional and political aftershocks are already spreading fast. After weeks of silence, Meghan Markle is reportedly preparing a recorded interview, set to drop within hours of the verdict. Sources say it was filmed at her Montecito estate 2 nights ago, and will be deeply personal, defending her motherhood, recounting her pregnancies, and condemning what she calls an institutional witch hunt. In the footage, Meghan allegedly declares, "I carried my children. I gave birth to them. Now they're being erased." This isn't about lineage, it's about power, fear, and control. Her interview, produced by an independent US outlet, not Netflix or Spotify, will premiere across YouTube, Instagram, and global networks, bypassing royal media channels entirely. Inside the palace, officials are bracing for impact. Meanwhile, Prince William is finalizing his own counter-statement, titled, "On the Matter of Lineage and Constitutional Continuity." Sources confirm the document has already been drafted and will be released within 24 hours of the Commission's final decision, a moment that could redefine the monarchy's future once and for all. The final speech, approved by King Charles before his retreat, will confirm the RCLEC's ruling, the registry fate of Archie and Lilibet, and the monarchy's stance on heirs born outside verified royal conditions. Insiders say Prince William's tone is resolute yet deeply personal. He reportedly declares, "This decision was not made with malice, but with duty. I would rather bear the weight of backlash than risk the decay of royal truth." But just as the palace steadies itself, a leaked Heathrow manifest reveals a jet landing February 14, 2026. Passengers listed: Henry Mountbatten Windsor and 2 minors. No Meghan, no press. Insiders whisper that Harry might be returning to the UK with his children, alone. Some call it a desperate plea for belonging. Others, a masterstroke in royal strategy. Now the world waits. Will the RCLEC reinstate the children, or erase them from royal history forever? 2 brothers, 2 heirs, 1 question. Does birth make you royal, or must the crown decide? Thanks for watching Palace Insider. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe for more royal revelations, and we'll see you in the next one.